Hello and welcome. Now we have a brand new guest, a brand new family to add to the growing Hochanda family here, a brand new company, and they're called TrueliNature. And I'm really privileged to have Leigh with me here in the studio, Leigh Matthews. So I'm going to pass over to Leigh in a moment, and she's going to explain to you all about the company. It's her company, family-based company, and how they came about and how they set up 2 years ago. And then we'll have the pleasure of going through all these fantastic soap making kits. But let's go and introduce ourselves to Leigh. Now she's very nervous, so we must embrace her. So Matthews family, be kind, okay? I'm pointing the finger at you. So let's embrace her to the Hochanda family, and let's say a big hello and welcome to Leigh. Hello, darling.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me on Hochanda, and thank you, Fee, for introducing me. I see we've collabed on our colours a little bit today.
Nice and sunny, bright yellow. Keeps us all happy, doesn't it?
Yeah, while the sun's not here. So my name's Leigh, and I'm going to be showing you how to make some eco-friendly soaps today. So we started this company really for people who are interested in arts and crafts, or people who are just looking to maybe reduce the plastic wastage in their own homes. So all the packaging and contents are either reusable or you can recycle them. So what I'm going to do is going to go straight into it.
And just before you do, Leigh, can you tell us about Trueli and why the company was set up in the first place? You mentioned it was 2 years ago, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there was a few reasons why. I wanted to do something really that put a bit of positivity into the world, and something that I have an interest in. So the main story behind Trueli was my auntie, whose name was Trudy. So that's where the name comes from. It's my name and her name. And she died in early 2017, so I wanted to try to put her essence into this company, basically. So a lot of these things here you see are kind of nods to her. She loved pastel colours, absolutely loved dragonflies, so we've got a dragonfly soap here just for that. And there are a lot of nods, even the names of the soaps as well, all to do with her. So it's my way of dealing with the grief, I suppose, is to be creative and make something with that. So my family are all at home now, probably watching, going, ah, crying. But that's the story.
Yeah, it's a lovely story, and hence the name Truely, Leigh, TrueliNature. It's a fantastic story. You've got a fabulous website as well that we can visit and read all about the background, about how it all came about. Yeah. So, right, well, I'll take everybody through each of the individual kits, and then we'll hand back over to you in a moment, Leigh, if that's all right.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, I mustn't forget the family favourite giveaway. You are lucky devils today. If you buy in this hour, you are in the chance of winning a soap hamper. Yeah, TrueliNature soap hamper. I tell you what, I'm envious, I am. Yes, so that is the lucky giveaway. Just make sure you check out at least 10 minutes before the end, simply because that allows time for you to be in the system and having registered as having paid. Then we can put you into the pot, as it were, because it's computer generated. One name is picked out, and I'll announce it at the end as to who won the soap hamper. Now, this is the only hour we've got with Leigh and TrueliNature today, so take advantage. Let's take you through the kits. Yeah, they're stunning kits. So, I mean, I do want to show you that packaging that Leigh talked about, which is all recyclable. So it comes, first of all, in this beautiful rice paper packaging. And you've got within each kit, which is beautifully boxed, everything is explained on the outside, and you've also got a fantastic booklet inside as well, which explains and takes you through basically the contents, the chemicals they avoid, are soap base, not tested on animals, and of course Leigh will talk more about this, free from many common chemicals that are found in most soap processes, the ones we want to avoid, why they use the melt and pour process, the soap base. So if you've got any allergies or anything like that, you know, do look into this further. And then, you know, it's all in their instructions, and then what the kit contents and ingredients are. So beautifully presented. You can make 3 fantastic soaps, and you have your mould. You have you have the oils there, essential oils again, which I'll let Leigh talk more about. You have your olive oil and your wooden stirrers, and here we've got, actually, because this is the tea tree and the charcoal, we've got the small bottle of tea tree oil, and we've got the activated charcoal, the vial of activated charcoal there. So this would be one of the finished soaps, because you can make 3, and isn't that beautiful? I love that we've got this imprint of the tree there from the mould itself. Now, I can't say these but I've been on this website. I've been looking at, well, what on earth is alkanet root? Well, it's all there, so I can't guarantee this, but it says for your charcoal, good for cleansing, pores, and then for a bit of tea tree, anti-inflammatory for your tea tree. It's all there. You know, can't guarantee it, but this is, you know, if you're into your herbals and what have you. So beautiful, beautiful set there, and you can make 3 fantastic bars there. $16.99. This one, like I said, is the tea tree and charcoal. It's on this one's called It's Only For If Only Forever. It's Only Forever. There we go. 636303. Let's move on to the next one. This is green tea and the peppermint soap making kit. This one is called Rebel. So let me have a little look here. What do we reckon? The green tea originates from China. It's supposed to be good for against UV exposure, anti-aging. Oh, we'll have a bit of that. And peppermint. What's peppermint good for? Ooh, promotes blood flow, livens up the skin so we look fresher and more hydrated. Brilliant. I mean, again, you know, this is all the herbal remedies. So I don't want any disclaimers and what have you, this, that, and the other. But this is what we've got in the kit. We've got the fantastic crystals of the white soap base. Now I'll let Leigh talk more about that because we've got some translucent ones coming up as well, transparent ones, translucent I should say. We've got the vial of peppermint oil, and we've also got the matcha powder. Oh, now the matcha powder is the green tea. Fantastic. So that is your Rebel. Now I'm going to move on to Starman and Stardust. Now the reason one is translucent is because of this here, which is your soap base. Yeah, the clear soap base. So this one is the Starman. Now orange, as we know, great again for keeping young there. Honey, turmeric, now that's an interesting one. Antioxidant, antibacterial, anti-aging again. That's a corker, I'll have a bit of that. Honey, orange I said, yeah, good for absorbing vitamin C, anti-aging. Love that. Now we've got this as well in the Stardust. So same ingredients in terms of orange, turmeric and honey, but your white base. And again, I'll let Leigh talk more about this. But honestly, we've been sniffing these soaps like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's just fantastic. I know that's not a very glamorous thing to say, but it's just, the studio has never smelt so good. Just stunning. So the clear and the white, I asked Leigh this earlier, you see, what was the difference? And she said it was just aesthetics. Her and her husband, you don't mind me saying this, do you? No. Couldn't decide. Was it you that liked the clear and your husband liked the white? I liked the clear, yeah. Yeah. So they decided to bring both. And it's to do with the soap base. So again, Leigh will talk more about that. So you get one that's sort of creamy and one that looks translucent. And then last but not least, Lavender and Jojoba soap making kit. Honestly, this smells amazing. So what does it say about our lavenders? This is all on the web, by the way. Moisturise, soothe the skin. Again, anti-inflammatory. Remember using a lot of lavender when I was pregnant. And jojoba, what do I know about jojoba? I know nothing about jojoba oil. Plant native to southern Arizona, calms redness, vitamin E, skin repair, damage control, and the Native Americans use the plant to treat sores and wounds. Fantastic, loads. It's just nice to know what the elements within them do, isn't it? So this one is called Moonage Daydream. Yeah, I think we've got Auntie Trudy to thank for these fantastic names. $16.99, 636303. Now, if you do want to get 2 of the kits, which is Moonage Daydream and Stardust, which are these 2, my lavender and my honey and orange with the white soap base. You can save £4 by having those 2 kits together for £29.98, 109366. Okay, just want to flag that up as well as another alternative to have those 2 if you find it hard to decide. Individually, they're $16.99. Right then, so what else do we need aside from our soap kit to get it started? How long does it take? And what's it all about? Well, Leigh, are you ready to take over?
Yes, so I'm just stirring my soap base here just to keep it ready for you guys. So the booklet you talked about, yeah, is very informative actually. So I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. So I'm going to just crack on now and start making the soaps. Now my hands are a bit shaky, so I'll try not to throw stuff everywhere. So let's get started. The first kit we're going to do is the Moonage Daydream. So that's the lavender. The jojoba, which is it's pronounced jojoba, but jojoba, people pronounce it like that. So it's tomato, and then we've got the alkanet root as well.
So should I pronounce jojoba, not jojoba?
Well, people pronounce it all different ways. Same with the turmeric. So some people say turmeric.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's I think it's actually pronounced jojoba.
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 It is.
There we go. Everybody's schooled. Thank you.
So we're going to open up the soap base now. This is the white soap base. So the other soap base we were talking about, it is pretty much the same ingredients, but it's just aesthetics really. So just to get the finished look on the soap. So we're going to cut this down now into smaller cubes. The reason why we cut this down really is just to help it cook a little bit quicker and also a bit more evenly. And then once we've cut this down, you do get all the things you need in the box, but there are some things you will need to source yourself, because try as I might, I could not fit a microwave or a hob into the box. So in the instructions, you do get the options to do one or the other. So you get to choose whatever your preference is. Today we're doing the hob method. Also in the booklet, it does talk about the different processes of soap making. So there are 2 different processes. The one we use is called melt and pour, and it is exactly what it says on the tin. You melt it, you pour it. So it's already gone through the curing process, and then all you do really is just add in your own ingredients, so your own essential oils and the plant dyes. So we use all plant dyes for the soaps. What we're going to do now is put this into a jug and then get this ready to cook. So what you can do with this is either put it on the heat and let it cook while you're mixing the ingredients, or you can just put it to the side, mix your ingredients and then cook it after. To save time, it would be better just to put it on to the hob and get it cooked, or into the microwave, whatever you prefer. But what we're going to do is, because we already have some cooking, I'm going to put this aside and then we're going to start making the ingredients. So you'll also need to source your own mixing bowls. I have found these cute little leaves, so I'm going to use these today, but you can use any bowl really, a small bowl, sauce bowl, egg cups work great. And then we're going to put the ingredients in now. So the first ingredient I'm going to put in is the jojoba. So each of these vials will make 3 soaps. So you don't really need to measure it out. You can do it with your eyes. So you can use 1/3 of the vial for each of the soaps. So we're going to pop this in here, just 1/3. So just keep an eye on it, make sure. There we go. And then we're going to mix in the lavender. So in the instructions it says to put 10 to 20 drops, whatever your preference is, if you like it a bit stronger, but I'm going to use 1/3 of the vial again. And then we're going to pop that in there. The lavender is my favorite because the scent is just divine. So I do get a lot of people actually commenting on the scent of the lavender, and I love it. It's amazing. And then we're going to put in the alkanet root. Now what I would say as well about the oils is, although they are natural, they are 100% essential oil, they are highly concentrated, so I would not advise putting them directly on the skin. And that's why we use the carrier oils as well. So we're going to pop this in, 1/3 of the vial again. So if this gets a bit stuck, you just tap the bottom of it. There we go. About 1/3, maybe a bit more. Oh. There we go. So all the kits, they come with stirring sticks as well, so these can be recycled, and they have been recycled. And then we're going to mix it all up here. I don't know if you can see that. So the colour there starts to go a sort of purpley hue. And you want to mix that in really good as well, just so you can get it evenly all over the soap base. There we go. I am going to go now stir my soap base, ready for this to go into it. So Fiona is going to have a chat with you for just a second.
That's fine. I actually, if you're able to answer this question while we're chatting, if
Sure.
dob too much in, would that be an awful calamity? Do you know what I mean? I'd put too much of me essential oil in or too much of me charcoal in. Would that be a calamity in the soap making process?
No,
in terms of on your skin or anything?
No. It's just the colour would be different. So sometimes, like with the peppermint one, the peppermint's very, very strong. So you don't really need a third of the vial, but if you like it really strong.
But if I accidentally,
if you put it too much in, the colour may vary. So if you want it a bit darker or you want it a bit lighter, the soaps. So it's not really a problem.
Right, brilliant. So just going back to, because we can use this, it just says this in these beautiful, fantastic booklets. It says the other utensils you need, as Leigh was explaining, a bowl, egg cup, brilliant, saucepan or hob. I noticed that Leigh's got the Pyrex jugs there, 3 of them there in her pot, so I thought, great, I've got me gravy jug at home. Not that I necessarily want to put my gravy in afterwards, but you might want to get another Pyrex one. Knife, can handle this, and a cutting surface, non-slip, such as cutting board or wooden plate. Then the heat-resistant jug or beaker with a spout for melting and pouring the soap base. So I'm pretty sure that the majorities have got that around the kitchen. Or easy enough to get hold of. So I think the only trouble is what we've got to decide is which one. And I've got to just show you this one. This is the It's Only Forever, excuse me, simply because we've got the dragonfly on it, and Leigh's put this into a different mould. So obviously you do get your moulds, but should you have moulds at home, which I know a lot of crafters sometimes do, isn't that beautiful to create a different shape? It's almost like a teardrop. I just thought that was absolutely beautiful. I really did. So that is another option. You've got these fantastic moulds supplied in the kits, but if you've got moulds at home, you can create your own soap shapes. Are you good to go,
Yes,
Leigh?
we are.
Lovely.
So I'm going to get on with this because the soap base does start to set quite quickly. So, I mean, if it does set, it's not a problem. You can just pop it straight back onto the heat again. So we're going to put the colour in now and then just stir it in. So there we go. Don't know if you can see that in the way. So you don't want to stir it too vigorously because you're going to end up with bubbles in there, which isn't a problem, but it just doesn't look very nice. So let's put a bit more. Now the great thing about the lavender one is the alkanet root, the sediments, they stay at the bottom. So if you want a more smooth finish, then just leave the sediments at the bottom. Or if you want to put them in, you can put them in, and a lot of people use that for exfoliation. And then we're going to get a mould. Let's move that out the way. Making a right mess here. Oh, that smell is just absolutely divine. I love it. So then all you do is just pour it into the mould, as so. There you go. I'll try and get all of it in there, but so there you go. That one is now ready to set. It takes about an hour to set, but depending on the room temperature. I'm just going to move this one out of the way now, and then we can start, if you want, on the second one.
Yeah, quick recap if that's all right, because we've only got this gorgeous hour with you. And don't forget, you could win the soap hamper, the TrueliNature soap hamper, if you buy within the hour and check out. Yeah, it's our family favourite giveaway this hour as well. Just make sure you check out in the last 10 minutes before the end so we can get you into the system and have the lucky dip out. I've got to ask as well, this word, saponification. Yeah, in all the years I've been on the TV, I've never ever come across that word. Saponification, chemical reaction that forms solid soap making 4 to 6 weeks. That's the cold process. It's all in here. It's a wealth of information. But obviously Leigh's using the melt and pour method. But what's so great is you haven't got all these horrible irritants and additives because it is the essential oils. And, you know, as Leigh said, the family company came up with wanting to use as many natural-based components as physically possible. When you read sometimes those labels on, you know, shampoos and bars of soap and this, that and the other, and you just think, what am I putting on my skin? Well, in the lovely instruction booklet, it tells you exactly, so you can really, you know, investigate this as the Matthew family have as well in TrueliNature. So let's just take you through the kits and then we'll go straight back to Leigh again. Our first one is the lovely tea tree and charcoal soap making. So great for your cleansing as far as I'm aware, with charcoal and anti-inflammatory with the tea tree. I know a lot of people sometimes use tea tree. I know I have as well. And you can make 3 bars of this beautiful soap. 16 1699 636303. It says, you know, it draws the bacteria, chemicals and dirt to the surface of the skin and helps cleanse your pores. I mean, that's what charcoal does. Great for ailments such as cuts and insect bites. That's what your charcoal fantastic power is. Yeah, and your tea tree, well, tea tree's fantastic anyway, isn't it? It's saying here, anti-inflammatory, reduce redness, maybe acne, you know, so yeah. I mean, 20% already gone. So that's the tea tree and the charcoal soap making kit, which is otherwise known as It's Only Forever. And it does come in this beautiful packaging. And like I said, you can make 3 of those beautiful soaps. Now, I'm taking this, it's all on the website there. The green tea, well, you can look at these oils and herbal remedies as well yourself and look into that and see what might suit you. Or what smell you like. It can come down as simple as that, because peppermint is so refreshing and awakening and enlivening, isn't it? And then you've got the green tea, the matcha powder, which says, oh, powerful antioxidants and help fight free radicals on the skin. Anti-aging, beautiful. Yeah, you hear about all these free radicals, don't you? Don't fully know all about it. What is it? It was about repairing? I don't know. What's free radicals all about, Leigh?
It's the sun. I think it's damage.
Sun damage.
Sort of sun damage. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. And you've got your lovely peppermint in this as well. And again, what have we got about the peppermint? Did I mention this earlier? It's apart from revitalising. Oh, yes. Promotes blood flow, livens up the skin and balances it, the natural oils. Yeah. Beautiful, fantastic. So this is your green tea and your peppermint soap making kit. Moving on, we've got the honey, orange and turmeric, whichever way you want to pronounce it. So we've got this in the lovely opaque and also in this, the translucent one. Now this is Starman, so you've got that beautiful turmeric, which is antioxidant, antibacterial properties used in traditional Indian Chinese medicines, and you've got that lovely warmth of the honey in there as well. Then we've also got this, which is called Stardust, in the opaque. So if I just show you them side by side, I mean, they're equally beautiful. It's hard to know which, you see. And this is Mrs. Matthews, and this is Mr. Matthews, and they couldn't decide, so both are on the show. It's a hard decision. I like both as well, you see. It's preferences. They look nice together, you see, in his and hers in the bathroom, you see. I'm thinking you're going to have both of these. They're good together, they are. Mr. and Mrs. Wouldn't that make a lovely wedding present for somebody? One for her, one for him. Wouldn't that be nice? What a lovely present for anybody, your own soap making kit. I just think it's absolutely fantastic and innovative. And this is the first time TrueliNature have been with us on the show. So last but not least, Lavender and jojoba. Yes, jojoba soap making kit. This is the lavender. Honestly, when Leigh opened up that lavender essential oil, you can smell it, can't you? Ben's over there, it's safe distancing and all that. Oh, the room is just, it's just, I'm awake again, I'm awake. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's potent, it's just gorgeous. Half the stock's gone on this kit. You are loving the lavender at home. If it was smell-o-vision, there wouldn't be any of this left. £16.99, 636303. And you can go for the 2 soaps together, which is the lavender and the Stardust. And you can save £4 by having both those kits, because the offer today is £29, 98 109 366. And don't forget the giveaway of the hamper if you are the lucky prize winner out of the draw by buying in this hour. Okay, soap hamper, yes. Leigh, are you good to go?
I am.
Over to you.
So the next soap we're going to be doing is the honey and orange and the turmeric soap, or turmeric, whatever you like. I'm going to cut the base now. So this one is the clear base. It gives it a more translucent look. So what I'll say about the base as well is, if you are looking to do this with your family, so children will need to be supervised because there are cutting and also cooking involved. And also the orange and the fruit essential oils are tempting to eat. I have thought about it myself, so I'm not going to blame the children for that. So we're going to cut this down again into little squares. Now what I love about these ingredients here is that you can find a lot of them in your cupboards. So things like the honey, the turmeric, green tea, if you're into that. So the idea behind the kits really as well was to make them like blueprints almost. So once you do make them, you know how to make soaps. and you can use some of the ingredients from your kitchen. So I do get a lot of people sending photos in of them experimenting with like coffee and all kinds of things. And also with kids, and I get pictures sent in of the kids making the soaps, and sometimes with the finished soaps, and they just look so pleased with themselves, and it makes me so happy actually, because it's kind of what I wanted, you know, really, when this was set up. It's for people to get creative and for it to be simple. So the step-by-step procedure is literally, as you can see, just a few steps. It doesn't take long. The soap base takes around about an hour to melt. But I've got some here. Here's one we made earlier. Always wanted to say that.
Is there a way we should store our soap, keep our soap? How long would it last, Leigh?
Absolutely. So if you keep it in a cool, dry place, they tend to last a lot longer because the products are natural as well, the plants. So the actual kits have got an expiry date of up to a year, but if you keep them in a dry place and a cool place, they can last longer.
Should you wrap them in anything in particular?
Well,
or?
actually, over here, I don't know if you can see this, so I've got some, this is compostable cling film.
Oh,
I know,
compostable cling film?
It exists, yeah.
Did not know that existed.
But if you don't have that, or you can just use normal cling film, or if you want to be a bit more eco-friendly, you can use tubs. Tubs seem to work well. Or if you're gifting it to a friend, a lot of people buy these for gifts, you can use what we use here. So it's just like the baking paper and then some brown craft paper on top of that. So with this soap base, because we've already got some cooking, I'm going to pop this over here. And then we're going to start mixing the ingredients. So this one is slightly different because we've got the honey. So the first thing I'm going to put in actually is the orange oil. So again, smells absolutely amazing. So we're going to use a third of the bottle as per the first one. And okay. And now, this is the difference. We're going to be using honey. So
is there a shelf life? Because once I've got my warm, dry place, and I know it's about keeping contained, so we keep all that lovely fragrance and smells and the moisture. You know, is there a shelf life to the soap itself? You know, once I've made it, I can't go and forget about it for 6 months before I gift it to Nana, or
well,
would you I don't know. Is that a daft question? I don't know. These things occur in my mind.
I'd say about a year, I would say.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I mean,
right.
because these are large soaps, these are 100-gram soaps per soap, so they do last a while. So sometimes people will make one for themselves and then make some, gift them to their family, or friends.
Oh, so right. So it's not urgent. I haven't got to get it to them next week or something like that.
No. So we're going to cut this open. And then.
So what are you opening in there? Sorry, I distracted myself.
This is the honey.
Oh, the honey.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely pot of the honey there.
I'm going to have to cut this one open because it is a bit tight. So if you want to take over, Fiona, or I set this up.
Honey's been used for over 8,000 years, yeah, for many different purposes, for sacred offerings, antibacterial properties, which can help with inflammation on the skin, and antioxidants which help a nice I mean, there's loads of good properties, isn't there, with the fantastic honey? You often hear it used in lots of different things. Don't forget the giveaway as well, and this is the only hour we've got with TrueliNature. I'm hoping Leigh will be back with us again because we are loving the soaps. You're going to get a soap hamper if you purchase any product in this hour, and then obviously check out at least 10 minutes before, just so that we can have you in the system when the computer generates one of the winners, and we'll announce the winner at the end of this hour. So lots of different choices. We've got the 5 fantastic soaps, and we can have this 1, 2 together, which is a saving of £4, which is your Daydream and your Stardust. Now the Moonage Dream, this one here with the lavender, 2/3 of the stock has gone. Very busy on that one. That beautiful essential oil of the lavender, and for half the stock has gone already on the lavender, the Moonage and the Stardust as a duo there for £29.98. 50% of the stock has gone. And it all comes wrapped in fantastic eco-friendly recyclable packaging, which is lovely. I love that. No, nothing is left chance. It's all been beautifully researched. Was she quite a character then, Auntie Trudy?
She was great. She was an inspiration. Yeah, she grew up during the punk age in London, so she was a bit of a rebel.
Yeah.
And then she moved to Norfolk in her later years. So she was quite young when she died. She was 54, I think.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, but in Norfolk, she lived in nature. She was passionate about music, about people, about flowers, obsessed with dragonflies. So that's why we've added all these things in there.
Fantastic.
So we're going to put the honey in now.
Okay, yes, oh yeah, lovely then. Two-thirds of the stock has gone for the lavender and orange combination sets there.
So what we're going to do again, 1/3 of.
It's so enjoyable seeing you put all these natural ingredients in, it really is.
It's actually quite therapeutic.
It was lovely just watching it and I'm not doing it. It's fantastic.
So just a little bit more of that. Yeah, it's quite satisfying actually cutting soap base.
Yeah. And knowing that's what you're putting on your skin as opposed to things with chemicals and irritants, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. So we've got the honey and the orange in there, so we're just going to mix that in a little bit before we put the turmeric in. So this consistency is going to be a bit different to the other one, it's more caramelly. Ooh. So we're going to whack this in here now. Turmeric, magical ingredient. So let's put 1/3 of this vial in. So if you want a bit more darker orange, then just add a little bit more turmeric. Or if you like the lighter orange, absolutely up to you. Does not make a difference. I'm going to keep this one a little bit lighter actually. So here we go. Stir it all in. So it goes kind of like a caramel colour. So it doesn't make you want to try and eat it, but
don't. We really strongly advise that.
Recommended.
It does say on the packaging, you know, for children under 16 should be supervised. You do not consume any of these contents. Mad, isn't it, that you have to put these sort of things on the labels, but you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So just mix that in as best as you can there. Can you see the consistency of that? It's like caramel.
Mmm.
Oh yeah, have some of that.
Looks like saffron.
So we're going to stir in the soap base now. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir.
So what's the most exotic combination you've done? I mean, you brought 5 fantastic kits with you today, but...
Probably, with these ones?
Yeah, well, with any of your soaps that you've done at home.
Well, for Christmas, because my husband, he loves experimenting, so he's always making crazy creations. I said to him, we can't bring all of them on today, so we're just making a couple. But he made a gold leaf one at Christmas with frankincense and myrrh.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Just messing around with it, yeah. So you can, I mean, I wanted these to be used as blueprints really, so people can start to experiment themselves.
Yeah. Fantastic. Gold, frankincense and myrrh. We need that at Christmas, don't we? You're going to have to come back.
So this one, I'm going to stir this one in quite quickly because the soap base has started to set. So again.
Has Mr. Matthews come up with any disasters?
Oh, plenty, yeah. He loves it.
Go on, what was the worst? Marmite, fig.
He made a butterfly pea, which is a blue powder, blue flower one yesterday. And it was a beautiful, vibrant blue. It looked so nice. And then he put a loofah inside it.
Oh, what he?
But it was a loofah, which is it's like a plant which people use for exfoliation. So you see it in the bathroom sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
So we do actually do a loofah kit, but it's out of stock at the moment.
Oh.
So I'm going to stir this in quickly, this one, because this one is actually setting quite quickly.
Yes, I'm distracting you because I'm intrigued by the blue.
So usually you could just pop that back on the heat, but what we're going to do is just plop it into the mould.
It really is quick, because would you say from start to end about 60 minutes, would you say?
To set, it takes about 60 minutes.
60 minutes,
set,
and room temperature's fine, isn't it?
So this one, we want to stir it in to get it even, but you can see this one's a little bit lumpy.
That's my fault, because I distracted you about the loofah.
That's all right. So you can see.
Will that affect our soap?
No, because it kind of melts inside there anyway.
Right.
So this one might look a little bit lumpy, but it still comes quite nice. So the print on the front of it, the tree, would just still be perfect. But I'm going to just move this one out the way now. and then we're going to have a look at the next one. But I'm going to turn the soap base up for this because we need it fully melted. You want it sort of the consistency of milk, really, like runny.
Oh,
when it's
when you start to mix.
Yeah, because otherwise it starts to set, and then you have to put it back on the heat.
And you need to mix in those oils and elements. I just wanted to highlight we are limited stock now on the duo bundle of the lavender and the orange, which is the Moonage and the Stardust. So £29.98. The Moonage Daydream and the Stardust. We are limited stock with that £4 saving, 109366. Just to let you know, you can get those individually, although the lavender is definitely a front runner in amongst the kits here today. So let me quickly take you through these, and then when Leigh will give me the thumbs up when she's ready. So we've got the tea tree and the charcoal soap making kit. Don't forget, everything is in here about the chemicals TrueliNature want to avoid, are avoiding. The soap, the melt and pour process, as opposed to, there it is, the saponification. Never heard of that before. And then the soap-based ingredients, if you want to check that out in case of any allergies or irritants. But that's what they're trying to avoid without the chemical and man-made elements. So using natural elements there. Their soap base, obviously, nice and clear. The kit contents and ingredients. And just a few little things that you need. A little saucepan or microwave to do the melting, small bowl for your mixing, knife obviously just to cut that soap base in at the start, a wooden chopping board, and then heat resistant jug or beaker just to pour the soap base into. Takes about 20 minutes, just to melt and stir, and then 60 minutes to set just at room temperature in the mould, or you can create your own moulds. So this is my tea tree and my charcoal. So this is the one that was put into a different mould, and a little nod to Trudy, the inspiration, Leigh's auntie there. With the dragonfly, but the moulds themselves, you see how this beautiful tree-like figure there, and this has got the elements of tea tree and charcoal. So you've got 100 grams of 3 lots of 100 grams of the white soap base. You've got the 5 milliliter bottle of the tea tree, and then you've got the olive oil, and then you've got the vittle of activated charcoal there. You've obviously got your mould, and then your 3 wooden stirrers there as well. Sorry, just turn that around. Lovely, lovely gift idea for someone. Really is beautiful. £16.99, 636 303. Moving on, I'm moving on to my green tea and my peppermint. So lots of revitalisation, antioxidants, gorgeous. So in here, you've got again that soap base, 3 of those. You've got your peppermint oil, your olive oil, and your green tea, your matcha powder there as well. 636 303, 16.99. Moving on, we've got the honey and orange and turmeric soap kit. So this is the translucent one, the Starman. My last one was called, because they've got names, nod to Trudy there, the last one was Rebel. This one is Starman. So this is the semi-translucent one that Leigh's just been making. So you've got that lovely pot of honey, you've got that fantastic bottle of the orange oil, natural essential oil, and then you've got the turmeric powder there as well, and obviously your soap base is in the clear Starman. Then we move on to Stardust, honey, orange and turmeric as well being the ingredients, but the soap base is the white, so you get that lovely creamy coloured soap there as well. And last but not least, proving very popular with our lavender oil and our jojoba soap making kit, you've got your lavender essential oil, jojoba oil, and your vittle of alkanet root. Alkanet root. Did I talk about the alkanet root? What did it say here? I did, didn't I? Mediterranean region, used for centuries for migraines, stomach ulcers, rashes and wounds. Ooh. It says the old theory was that it was used as part of witchcraft rituals in ancient times, and that the witches in the past were just herbalists anyway, so demonised, weren't they? Well, that was what they did. Any strange woman in the village, wasn't it? She was some cauldron bubbling, crackling witch, wasn't she? Charmed, I'm sure, for getting out a bit of lavender. Right, so proving very popular, that one, 16.99. Are you good to go again, Leigh? Oh, sorry, the set of 2, yeah, got announcement, technical sell-out. So make sure you check out your basket. The set of the 2 with the £4 saving, that was for Moonage, Daydream and Stardust with your £4 saving, technically sold out. So check out your baskets. They are still available as individuals, but that £4 saving now, all sold out. So unless any bob back in, just make sure you check out your baskets now, because also that's put you into the prize draw at the end. I'm getting a thumbs up from Leigh, so we'll go back to Leigh.
Right, so we're back. So the next kit we're going to make is the peppermint kit. So it's the peppermint green tea, and then we've got a matcha powder here, so which is olive peppermint, I don't know if you can see that, and the matcha powder. So it's the same process. So we cut down the soap base into smaller cubes, you put them on the heat, and then you mix in the oils. So we're going to just mix in the oils for now. So we're going to start again with the olive. So again, 1/3. Let's pop that in there. Just measure by eye. And then we're going to put the peppermint in as well. This is very strong, by the way, so you don't really need to put 1/3 in. Like, you can smell that, and it does get everywhere. So if you're going to use this one, everything is going to smell like peppermint at the end of it, so be warned. But it is very refreshing. So we're going to pop that in there, maybe 1/3. There we go. You don't need to put 1/3 in of that though. And then the matcha powder. So this is a magical ingredient here, matcha. Absolutely love it. So it gives the soap a really nice kind of green or olive hue. So we're going to pop this in, depending on how strong you want it or how much colour, how much green. You can put in the matcha. So is that 1/3? We'll put a bit more actually. Do a little bit darker. So I've got some examples here actually, and I'll show you how to take them out of the mould as well, so don't worry. So we're going to mix this in again. And I'm going to just give this, the soap base a stir as well while we're waiting, because otherwise it does start to set. So you want to keep an eye on that really. You don't want to over boil it either, because it will boil the moisture out, so it's better just to...
Is that something, I mean, is that something you can happen? I mean, what would happen? What would be, would you just get...
You may just get bubbles in the soap, but
right.
Yeah, it's fine, so it's better just to...
Just let it simmer.
Yeah, let it simmer, just keep an eye on it. Or you can use the microwave. The microwave actually is a lot quicker, so the microwave is like 10-second intervals. Just leave it for a couple of seconds, back for 10 seconds, about 30 seconds to a minute. Okay. So it is very quick. So we're going to stir this in now. Let's give that a stir. It's on quite low heat this, so it's actually setting quite quickly. So let's pop this over
So
here.
you've just got water in your pan there, haven't you? Just to...
Yeah, it's just a bit of water. So you want to put enough water in it so it gets around the surface.
Yeah, like when you...
Here.
Yeah, Banbury, like when you're melting chocolate and stuff.
I won't drop this one in this time. So look, see the green? I don't know if you can see that. And that is very strong, that peppermint. And you'll be smelling it for days in your nostrils as well. It doesn't tend to go away.
It's a nice smell.
Oh yeah, it's like very refreshing.
Fantastic.
So for
very
the summer,
refreshing.
We actually get a lot of guys buy the peppermint, of males, because
it's quite a sort of
like
revitalising in the shower and stuff, isn't it? It sort of wakes you up in the morning. Tingly.
Yeah. So you can see the green.
I'm going to leave that one there, tingly, and leave it there.
So we're going to get the mould, and then we're going to pour into the mould here. There it goes. So we'll try and get as much out there as possible. So you stir that in a bit there. It's very simple, so I wanted it to be really as simple as possible for beginners or people who just want to get into it, soap making, and don't know where to start. So the real idea behind it was the zero waste and trying to reduce that plastic.
Yeah.
And that came as well from me going into my bathroom one day and sitting down and actually counting the plastic bottles and tubes and all kinds. And I counted, I think it was like 30. I'm in a family home. It was horrifying. So I thought, okay, how do I do something about this as well? So, I put it all together, and this is what materialized. So this is the green tea soap and the peppermint and olive. I'm going to pop this aside and let you go over to Fiona.
Okay. I was just thinking, funnily enough, given lockdown and what have you, you couldn't get a lot of the liquid dispenser soaps, and who wants them anyway? So we ended up going back to the bars of soap. But in your bars of soap, when you start looking at what some of the ingredients are, I'd much rather have this lovely natural essential oil soap, much nicer. But it's funny how we did go back to the bars of soap again, which is what it all started, just to reduce that plastic. I noticed you've got some other soaps over there in moulds. Was that anything you wanted to talk about, or? Yeah.
Just to kind of show you the finished soap, really, and how to get them out of the moulds. So the first one we did was the lavender. So let's take this out.
Because we've got about 10 minutes. If there's anything, Leigh, that we haven't covered that you want to...
That's fine, yeah. I can just take you through some of the ingredients here. So we're going to take this out. And... So you can't help but sniff this one.
Oh, no, we're all at it. So about an hour you said to leave that set, just at room temperature?
Yeah, so at room temperature. So this one, actually the one we made earlier is already starting to set, so we might even be able to take that out. So you can see the different types of colours here from the amount of alkanet root I put in. So this one's already, this has got the sediments in it. So people use it for exfoliation, but you can see it gives it a more natural look. But if you just want the smooth finish, then I can show you the other soap that we have. So that is the lavender one, all set. So as you see, you just pop it out. It's a bit of encouragement. Yeah. Out it comes.
Do we need to clean that with anything, or just leave it as is? I mean, it's
no, it's fine like that. You want to wrap it, if you want to, if you're giving it as a gift, then you probably want to wrap it as soon as possible, just to avoid the condensation and stuff getting onto it. And then we've got this green tea one. So you can see the finished product now of what it looks like. So we're going to pop that out again. Ready? So these moulds, I love the tree. I love trees. It's a weird thing to say, isn't it? I love trees. But I do. On the side of it is a little play on words. It says one leaf, which is a play on the words of like one life, one love. I love it. So that's why I chose that. I like
we'll all be breaking into Bob Marley now.
So the moulds come in varied colours as well, so you might get a blue one, but purple is my favourite, so most of them do have the purple in there.
Fantastic.
Purple is a great colour. And this one is the clear orange, so it's the Starman. So we're going to pop this one out as well. I don't know if you can see all this here. Let's move that out of the way. So it's a great family activity to do this as well. So during the lockdown, there was a lot of people actually buying these for things to do because they couldn't go out the house. And obviously soap was in demand as well. So
you couldn't get it for love money, could you?
Yeah, for people just to get used to making their own soaps. And in the shops, obviously, the soaps were selling out very quickly. So, learning to make your own soaps was valuable, very valuable. So this one here, I don't know if you can see it, the finished soap, it's more translucent, so you see it held up to the light here. So it gives a real vibrant colour of the orange. The others are a little bit more pastel-y. So I think you've got the purple one, Fiona, which without the sediments in it. So you can show the people at home that. So it's a bit more lighter and a bit more smoother.
It is. I'll go over here. Is this okay? Yeah, but I quite like the sediments in it because it makes it feel more natural to me. But like you said, when you're mixing it, and there's the one leaf on the side. It's beautiful. Feels gorgeous as well. We're very limited now on the lavender one, the lavender and the jojoba, the Moonage Daydream. Oh, you see, we're all at it.
Can't help it, can you?
You can't help it,
Lovely.
can you? Just like, I'm like a moth to the flame.
Yeah, children seem to love that one as well, the lavender one.
It's very soothing, isn't it? Because sometimes,
Well, it's therapeutic. People use it
sleep
for
and
like
on the pillowcase,
or putting to sleep. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
sleep scents, and in the bath you'd put them lavender talc and lavender this, that, and the other, wouldn't you? Just to calm them down for bedtime, the routine.
So I'm going to put a couple more up here now as well, so you can see the finished soaps. You can get creative, start getting your own moulds, and then you can start to do things like this. So this is the lavender one, and another tree mould, because I love trees. That one is a smaller one, so you can make, with one of these squares, you can make 2 50-gram moulds if you want to make more to give them away. Also, I don't know if you saw your dragonfly one, but this one, what we've done is just stirred it slightly, so it gives it a more marble effect.
Ah.
So just playing around a little bit with that one. And then you can see the two next to each other. Don't know if you can see that there. Now this one I love, because this is the translucent Starman one, but we've put it in an actual honey mould.
Wow.
So with a little bee. So I love that one.
Does it have to be a certain type of mould? I mean, because a lot of our crafters, they have moulds for crafting. Is there any particular mould, or it needs to be made of silicone?
Yeah, we use silicone moulds here.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got moulds at home, if you're into arts and crafts and stuff, you probably have. You can use pretty much anything. You can use Pringle tubes, you know, you can use anything with soap. It's great. But if you want to start being creative or whatever, you can get your own moulds, you know, on Amazon or anywhere really. And just play around with it. Like this one here is the blue flower, so we don't have this one out for sale yet, but it will be out soon. So this one is lime, argan oil, and you've got the blue flower. Yeah, so the blue flower is quite an interesting ingredient because it is like a pH indicator. So when you put it into the soap or whatever you put it into, it would change colour. So, you know, to the pH level, so you can sort of see that. It's a really, really great ingredient.
We've had a question in, I'll have to put it to you, because sometimes this is from Anne, and she was asking about the angel policy, about, say, she bought one of these kits, made 3 soaps, and then wanted to sell them individually. What would be your angel policy on that?
Angel policy?
Yeah, as in, would she be able to sell them as Anne's soaps, or is that something?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah, you could sell them. I'm not quite sure what the people do with them. I know they give them away as gifts, and make them for friends and family. But yeah, by all means, if you want to sell them on, you can sell them on. Yeah. We don't make the actual soaps, we just do the kits, because the idea was for them to be educational and fun, really, to get people into learning how to do it. So yeah,
it's something you know, because we have it with the crafters. You know, if they have a set and they're making some cards, then because they've made them, then they sell the cards on. But they call it the angel policy. We can talk more about it off air.
Yeah, well, we get people as well. A lot of like hotels buy and make the soaps for the hotels and like the guests.
Yes,
guest soaps. So yeah, if you'd like to, you can do that.
Fantastic.
So this soap here, the argan oil, you can actually use it on the hair if you want to. So back in the old day, people did use soap. The skin and the hair pH is slightly different. Yeah. So recommended to use maybe some apple cider vinegar afterwards if you do, just to neutralise the balance again in the hair. But
maybe that's one to bring the next time.
Well, we do have a few products, because it's not just soap that we are looking to do. We want to do household products. We want to do. So we've got a tooth whitening kit ready. Which should be going soon.
This. We're all the
deodorants, things like that. So we'll be bringing them for you to learn how to make them yourself. Fantastic. And like I said, you know, the most of the ingredients you can probably find in your own house. So it's easy just to pick them up and then just put them together, and it's much more beneficial.
Leigh, is it okay if I announce who the competition winner is?
Go for it.
Fantastic. Was that Jean or Dean? Jean Wilson. Jean Wilson, you are the winner of the soap hamper. Well done to you. Congratulations, and congratulations to everybody that bought into this hour, because even if you didn't win the hamper, you're still fantastic winners, because these are amazing kits. Leigh, I want to say, would you believe that's it? The hour's up. I want to say a massive thank you.
Wow, thank you for
did it fly
by? Thank you for watching.
Yeah, and hopefully you will come see us again. Bring the tooth whitening kit.
I will.
Bring the argan oil soap. Maybe we'll meet Mr. Matthews. I don't know, he's hiding in the shadows there.
He's watching me out the back laughing.
Oh, I want to find out more about this loofah disaster. Yeah, thank you so much. We've really enjoyed it. It's been lovely to have you here as first time here on Hochanda, and hope the first of many.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, don't forget to check out your baskets. Well done if you got the lavender. I think there was only a few more of those lavender ones left. I know we sold out of... Oh, the lavender ones are sold out, actually. There we go. The Moonage Daydream and the Stardust. So we've got Stardust still available, Starman still available individually, Rebel and It's Only Fair but still available. So well done to you if you did manage to get those ones that did sell out. I hope you've enjoyed the hour. I know I certainly have. It's been educational. It's been so enjoyable, and the aromas in the studio are phenomenal. Massive thank you to Leigh and the Matthews family. Didn't she do well, everybody? Sorry, I sound like a game show. Did she do well? She did fantastically. So hopefully we see Leigh again. I can see a gorgeous man heading towards me. His name's Mr. Lockwood. He must be arriving later on. What time are you on, Mr. Lockwood? 3 o'clock. Oh, special show. I'm going to have to grill him in a minute. Doing the one-day special launch. Oh, right, okay. Can't wait, can't wait. Plenty more still to see. I hope you enjoy your soap making. Send us in your pictures of your soaps, obviously, when you get that done, and we'll make sure we get TrueliNature back here on Hochanda pretty soon. So let's find out what's still to come this afternoon here on Hochanda.